Yeah, I think this is so loud. Katie Rowan has put such a precedent on women's lacrosse. She's left such a mark for us to follow and strive to kind of be like. So being able to honor her today and have her jersey hang in the dome is such a huge moment for us and for women's lacrosse, I think.
I think it's also big for Syracuse lacrosse because we're very big on family here, with all of our alumni always supporting us. So even though she's a rival coach of ours at Albany, she's constantly wants the best for us, and we're playing for that family aspect. So it's awesome to see her jersey go up there today.
It's having the opportunity to play for Syracuse lacrosse. There's so much history, and to have a moment where you see not only Katie Rowan's jersey up there, but also Coach Gates. It's something where you're standing there with our team, a group of girls, and then you have Albany just feet away from us all cheering on the same woman who literally changed the sport. So it definitely gave me chills.
This question also for all of you. Final 5 minutes of this game, your coach said it was chaotic. There were fouls, 7 for both teams, 3 yellow cards. We had an opportunity to talk things over around the 2:20 mark left in the game. What do you guys talk about at that moment, and just break down the final 5 minutes of this game where the defense stood tall and kept that one going?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Our defense played amazing today. They really kept us in that game. But yeah, I mean, that timeout was crucial for us right there at the 2:20 mark. She basically just gave us different instructions for different scenarios for what was going to happen. And whatever happened, we just went with what she told us to do. But yeah, it was a hard game. I mean, they're a good team. They're scrappy. And they want to come into the dome and beat us just like every team. So I think those last few minutes was good for us to solidify that win.
Yeah, I mean, I've played with Emma my whole life, ever since we started playing lacrosse. We started at the same time, and, we played with each other through middle school, high school, and then coming to college and still having her on the field, having that connection with her. It's such a comfort feeling, and knowing she'll be at certain places at certain times or how she's going to move. So it's been really, really awesome, and I'm really proud of her, having her out there.
For all three, anybody come to mind that should be next for their number to go up?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of great lacrosse players have gone through Syracuse lacrosse.
Maybe our head coach.
Yeah, our head coach, definitely.
Coach trainer, definitely.
She would deserve it. I think a lot of people, Michelle Tumlo, Alyssa Murray, keep going.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
This question is for Megan Carney. Coach was talking last weekend about the connection between the two Megans up there, but what's the passing connection between other players like Emily or even younger players like Olivia Adamson?
Yeah, definitely. I think with Chuck, I've been playing with her on the right side since I came in freshman year, so we've built that chemistry over 4 years now. And similar to Megan and Emma, I sort of have that feel with Chuck where I know where she's going to be next. And I know if I put the ball in the space, she's going to catch and finish. And with Liv coming in as a freshman, that's huge. I mean, she doesn't play like a freshman, which is awesome. It's very helpful for us if we need that relief to know she can come in and put the ball in the back of the net. But yeah, that chemistry will just continue to build over time and throughout the season.
Yeah, I think, every day or every time we practice, we try to give everything that we have. So when it comes down to those final minutes of each quarter or each half, we're kind of prepared to do what we have to do to get a momentum shift if we need it. And at that time, I think we needed it. So just throughout practice, kind of practicing hard, working with each other, and kind of, figuring out as the clock's dwindling down, what are we going to do and how are we going to execute so we can get some points on the board.
For all three of you, when Coach was in here, I think the word that really stuck out to me when she described you guys was composed. You guys were a composed team. So when you guys beat the number 4 team in the country, you're heading back to the locker room. What are the emotions like? Are you guys acting like you've been there before, or are you guys excited jumping off the wall knowing that you guys should be the top 5 team?
I think there's definitely some excitement, being able to beat a team that comes in the dome is always exciting. And, having a ranked team come in and being able to beat them, it was exciting, especially the ranked 4 team, the team right below us. So being able to kind of solidify our position with them is definitely huge for us. So there was excitement, but at the same time, it's kind of we prepared for this. We were hoping for this outcome. We kind of like were hoping for it, obviously. So it was definitely excitement, but definitely still like kind of like we'd been there before.
I think that kind of win, like it was a top 5 win, which is huge, but like what Meg said, like we're going to the locker room excited. Obviously, it's a win over a good team, but I mean, it wasn't our best win. Like we still have so much room for improvement, which is good for us this early on in the season. So I think like that kind of win is good, but being able to look through the film and just like see how we can get better from that game is like good for us.
Question is for Emily. Megan was earlier talking about just the connection between you two. She assisted on one of your goals today from behind the net. Just talking about your perspective from the past connection between you two.
Yeah, I feel very similar to what Meg was saying earlier. I think that chemistry is something where you really try to develop on the field, but you know a lot of that comes from off the field. So having the time the last 4 years, 3 years on the field, it's been great. I love playing with Meg, and I love having Meg Terrell on the other side too.
Yeah, Emily, Kayla pointed to when you kind of stepped in with the face-off next there as kind of like a momentum swing, a turning point in the game. Wondering your thoughts on that?
Yeah, when I think it came off a timeout, and Kenzie had said that I was taking the next one, it was just like, that's my job now, so I got to go out and shift away from the offensive mindset and focus more on the draw circle. So I only ended up taking 3, but it was a couple goals came from that, and it was just going out to do your job.
Okay. So first away game coming up soon against Notre Dame. How good does it feel knowing you're 3-0, just beat a top 5 team before this big of a game?
Definitely good, but like I said earlier, that wasn't our cleanest win. It's definitely messy, but I mean, any top 5 win is going to feel good for us. But yeah.
There was a big video tribute after the third quarter for Gary Gay, who's now your former head coach. Just wondering what it's been like these first 2 games of the year, seeing him get the recognition, his jersey retired, but also, you know, dealing with having a new head coach who it seems like you guys really like as well. Just, you know, kind of walking through your emotions with that transition.
I think it's been definitely a unique one. I mean, when you lose a head coach, typically they go someplace else. So to see our former head coach now lead the guys, I think it's something that's really goes back to the history of Syracuse lacrosse. But I know that I was super honored to have played for him the last 5 years, and I think the shift has been great with having Kayla as our new head coach. So, yeah.
I think like what Chuck said earlier, there's a lot of chills and emotions today. I was here earlier for the guys' game, and to see Gary get recognized was awesome. And like she said earlier, just being able to learn from someone that like great at lacrosse, like who's looked at as a Michael Jordan of lacrosse, is amazing. And now to have Kayla come through and take over is just like we're so thankful to have both of them.